Welcome, Twitch chatters, to the Kani stream. We will be playing, as perhaps usual, a modern Cielnage with a list that I have by now retitled to optimal, to the optimal list. That's how it's called on my account right now. So I'm mostly sure that's that's how I would like to play it by now, frankly. Is Dryad Arbor optimal? I think so. I cut the Urza Scape from the deck. I'm playing 4 forests to have more green. I think between quad Scapeshift and also like quad GSZ, it just kinda... it's just sane deck building. Urza Scape is not particularly useful nowadays. It is sort of needed in the 2 amulet kill, but it doesn't really materialize that often. I feel like that just doesn't come up much. Is this supposed to be a keep? It might be. I summoned Dryad Arbor and then bounced it back.
He's a phenomenal
On turn 2,
control
turn 3
player.
Rumble. It is definitely weak.
Time.
It might be okay against my opponent's deck. They added a visual effect on some of the full art cards where the text boxes are see-through, and I kinda hate it. Not a fan. It's a mirror. GG's, this hand is not good in the mirror. I think we stay on plan. But I'm looking at a turn 4 win realistically. Holding the Gruul Turf in hand might make it a turn 3. Not really though. Nah, it doesn't. So I guess I have to hope that my opponent doesn't go Spelunking into turn 3 Scapeshift. I am no longer hoping. Hello Canister, is this the new list or the last one? It's the last amulet list ever. It's new, it's new. Opponent is whimsical and fun. Attacking with Grazer is very cute. Wait, my Rumble found me no amulet? It can't be. How come? So the Bossager is useless now. We are in so-called trouble. Thank you very much for the sub-read Q7. I see that you enjoy an amuletic Cielnage as well. I guess I knew that already. So yeah, we have a Bossager, which might be... I mean, it's not gonna be, but... maybe my opponent has no threat stack. The only card they have is Scapeshift, and they go Crumbling Vestige, Scapeshift, and they want to pick up a T-West. But likely my opponent will just summon a Titan. Veronica's Day is going nicely. Yes, Chad, request more songs from the Veronicas to celebrate the Veronica's Day. Go ahead. So my hope is that my opponent hastes Titan attacks, tries to pick up a Bossager, I kill the Bossager, then I top deck Amulet or Spelunking into a bounce land. So I should have an upkeep stop to thin, maybe? Does that matter? I mean, remember chat that losing to a mirror match, even if that were to happen, it just means that the deck is excellent and really powerful. Holy fuck, 135 stream streak. Whoa, that's actually super long. You do watch every stream. I appreciate the dedication, John Julia. The chatting, the presence. Like 135 streams, that is kind of like probably the last 2 years. Only your streak didn't randomly break. Why did it break? What happens if I launch a stream and then like it crashes? Still learning Titan. Battlements is in my hand, so not sure how much punning I'm doing by doing this. Seems like a solid play. Don't worry. We'll hit the Boseju though. Because otherwise I can't win. F6 now. We need a Vesuva, but instead it copies a land in your hand. Maybe just a land that puts a land from your hand into play. I'm sure something like that exists. I guess it does, but it is not modern legal. Horizons of Progress is that. But it means you have 3 extra mana, so like you wouldn't have the issue. You would just find a way to put the Boseju into play, the Battlements into play. Horizon of Progress. So what is my out here? If I draw an Amulet, I play an Amulet, I play Scapeshift, I Scapeshift with 3 lands. I get 3 bounce lands, I Grazer, and I Beast with 3 bounce lands. So you should thin the deck to... because otherwise I can draw Spelunking into bounce land, that is also good. That's like even better. And if my opponent untaps and gets to like get the second Amulet Titan, they will win. So let's thin. I did not mulligan this game. And then do a Rikefake. I guess I'll get the Analyst, whatever. Does that matter? Is there any scenario in which the extra Grazer would matter? Is it normal that on Cockatrice no one knows what Colossus does and how to make the combo? Sounds pretty normal to me, yeah. I'll get the Analyst, I don't think it makes a difference. I did not draw the Amulet, so GG's. I mean, I could like pay for the Pact next turn and survive, but I will not. I'll bring in those 3. I think there is no scenario in which we need Zuran Orb. I'll just draw my deck and I will just Force of Vigor my opponent's Amulets and then GG's. So like there's no reason to have the Zuran Orb in there, I feel like. Trim a Grazer because it doesn't block. Or maybe it's the Rumbles, but I guess Rumbles find extra Amulet after the Amulets got destroyed, and the Amulets do get destroyed in this matchup, so... What would be the last cut? I think Titan is quite solid in the mirror. Colossus stays over the Zuran Orb, I think that's better. Scapeshift stays. 6 is questionable, it's for when the game turns grindy. You know what, I'll just cut another Grazer. Grazer is kinda... It is speed, you know, yeah, it's always the same question in the mirror. But with Dryad Arbor, we can just Dryad Arbor, we don't need to draw Grazer. But yeah, I guess when Colossus just released, there was an interpretation of the card running around that Colossus is just... You can just draw your deck and make a lot of mana with a Semi-Growth Chamber because people wanted to bounce the Semi-Growth Chamber mid-trigger. They wanted to resolve the trigger mid-trigger, which is not currently possible on in Magic the Gathering, let alone Magic Online. Alright. This hand has merits, but ultimately I could keep it if it was better, but it's way too bad. I'm missing a forest to like, you know, This plus forest would be, of course, awesome. Like, replace one Scapeshift with forest. It's mulligan. Force of Vigor, of course. I feel the heat. I feel the fear. I am scared. But I'll keep. Because, I mean, mulliganing this would be absolutely insane. Opponent mulligans to 5. Maybe their hand will suck.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Top deck bounce.
Oh yeah, Chad, let top deck a bounce. Frankly, even a Crumbling Vestige. Is there a way to see what song is playing? That is what is playing. That's the album that's playing right now. So I guess it's the first one. First song of the album, so you can click the link and see and find it here. Even if you said to them you were 14, they were so freaking having fun dissing me just like so toxic. I wish more people were like you, Canister. Okay, thank you. Nonetheless, I mean, that is the nature of online games with strangers. They might insult you and send you death threats or wishes of sickness and illness. Can we skip songs requested by Canister? If you really want to. Crumbling Vestige is nice. I have to play my Amulet now, so I am weak to Force of Vigor, but next turn I go Crumbling Vestige, 4 mana, Scapeshift for 2 bounce lands, Primeval Titan for 2 bounce lands, Summoner's Pact for Colossus with 4 bounces in hand. If they have a Boseju, that's gonna be bad. Zuran Orb is a 0 mana artifact that allows you to sacrifice lands for 2 life. This is good against burn. Now that's a refreshing perspective. Makes sense, yeah. Truly is. What if my opponent plays a bounce land and Bosejus? Then it's okay. Did they ponder whether to play Spelunking or like was it the last green card? They were pondering if they will draw a Force of Vigor or a card for Force of Vigor or not. Could be. I'll make an attempt at killing them because they have 2 cards in hand. A bounce land, copy bounce land would kill me. Titan. Seems like they have nothing. I could actually... I'll get Mirrorpool. And a bounce land that is 8 mana total. Can even keep the Mirrorpool untapped. Guess I could copy the Titan and then get bounce land Mirrorpool. And then I can beast, so then I have an extra bounce in my hand. And 1 fewer Mirrorpool in my deck. But I still have a Mirrorpool in play to copy. Yeah, sounds good. Maybe back to an extra Grazer on the draw. Is any land a good card? I cut Urza's Cave today. I think it's kind of not needed. Maybe not, like, not even not needed. It's just kind of weak lately. Because main utility of Urza's Cave was improving Scapeshifts. But it just went well with Scapeshift, Lotus Field. Alright, I'll just board the same way. Chat, do you like the full art treatment, the see-through card frames? Because I don't really. 2 amulets, Force of Vigor. have to keep. I might need to pitch my Analyst, but they did this to Simic Growth Chamber, but not to Gruul Turf, unless Gruul Turf is see-through, but
He's a
very,
phenomenal
very
control
little.
player.
And I just can't notice.
Hi.
That's a weak start. Weak starts, keep 7 often indicates Force of Vigor. We can counteract that by summoning a turn to 6. Hello, ghoul looking ass. Forcing on Vigor, indeed. I could... Well, I don't really tempt my opponent with using the Force right now, so it's probably weak to actually play the extra Amulet now. I think I should just play... Sex. I mean, some people would just end of turn fire the Force, kill the Amulets, but there is actually 0 upside in that, over waiting till my next upkeep. Sex is good, it's definitely pretty nice here. Spelunking is a good counter play to my Force itself. Puts me in a tough spot. We do have Aftermath Analyst 6 already available, which is potentially a good time. Okay, just nothing, no play. Scapeshift with 4 lands and Amulet effect wins, right? That used to be the case. It is no longer the case. It used to be the case with Lotus Field in the deck. It is not the case without Lotus Field. Now you need something extra. Typically, you just try to Scapeshift with something else in your hand. Let's pick the Broseju. What is going to be my play? Let's probably pick up Broseju. Play Analyst. Do I want to play the... Do I want to hold the Broseju and Broseju the Spelunking?
He's a phenomenal control player.
Cannabisa.
Could be. Like, I think the play that makes sense to me is to just play the Amulet, play into the Force of Vigor. Sadly play the Gruul Turf, which is awkward, but such is life. Like, not too badly because we have the, we have the counterplay. And I'll play the Analyst. If push comes to shove, I have both Force of Vigor, Scapeshift, and Broseju, and I don't think I use anything proactively. Because simply there is no need to. If my opponent puts a Titan into play, I will... That's a really weak move. You don't need to do that end of turn, opponent. I was trying to, like, there's a reason for them to do that, I guess, if they boarded in Bojuka Bog. I guess I could be screwed. They play Titan and they Bojuka Bog. What is that? Oh, it's just GSZ, okay. Sits. Endurance. Interesting. Georgie Adam, thank you very much for a tier 1 sub. I guess we don't have Amulet currently, but I think that's fine. We'll pick up the Broseju. So I guess it seems like no Titan. Bringing Endurance is a little bit powerful, and when your opponent doesn't know about it. Now I guess I know that it's in play. Since they had 6 mana, I'll just kill the Spelunking now. They don't have an amulet. I still have the Force, Caution, and we'll attack with a 6. Like, what would be bad is if my opponent has another Endurance. We drew an amulet anyways. This is good. I think I should attack with 6. It's a little bit awkward attacking, but because then I don't get to attack this turn, but I don't think it's needed. Can we just Scapeshift to win? That's the goal. We have the Broseju. We have to remember that. So the second amulet is actually perfect. Excellent. I think I Scapeshift now. Could also use Analyst first and then Scapeshift, but then if my opponent kills my amulet, I don't have the mana. Alright, they said they had Force of Vigor last game, just played Spelunking instead, trying to play draw a green card. Opponent played Storm 2 weeks ago. Probably should move. Saga Gardens. Maybe I put back Spelunking. Spelunking is a nice backup if my opponent interacts, and I guess it produces 1 extra mana on the Giga combo turn, so I can get Mr. Beast. So I should put back the Crumbling Vestige. If it's Storm. If it's a different deck, then yeah, probably still. I can just draw a land. The Crumbling Vestige is not crucial. But the plan is to go 1, 2, 3, basically, that's the curve out. So during an FNM, I guess you are allowed a bathroom break, I am guessing. Like, why not? Would be kind of horrible not to let people do that. I mean, the thing is that turn 3 actually exists because they don't have a cost reducer, they have a useless talent. Love it. Clench, chat. Clench so that they do not go Ral Ritual. Oh. Monka. Maybe they just want to level up the talent. Maromorphose, Manka. Manka S. Manka. Come on, level up. Okay, now stop. No more spells. Just like Reckless Impulse. No Piratic Ritual. Kurwa mać, no! Stormiarzu jebany. Wyślizgujesz się z jajec. With only 3 cards in hand though, it's not so easy, right? No! You have Pastel Flames? Come on! Well, should have been on the play then, I guess. Silly me. They have Wish in their graveyard, so the odds of whiffing are non-existent. What were you saying about useless talents? Well, we just got giga-baited. Opponent played the worst possible cost reducer, but then they were like, yeah, I'm mulliganed, I only played Artist Talent on turn 2, you think I will not kill you on turn 3, buddy? Stop being pathetic. Ral. Ralalalalalalalalalal. Artist Talent, not so useless. Just like in Standard, you play it and your opponent just dies. Lamau. Feels like I've been playing against a solid amount of Storm lately. Hefty amount of Storm. I'll bring in 2 Trini Spheres, I'll board out a Zuran Orb and a Primeval Titan. I will not bring any other interaction cards for Mr. Alzarek. It is a so-called trap. No Relic? No. Relic is hit or miss, it can exile your opponent's graveyard and that could be great, but it can also be absolutely irrelevant when they ultimate Ral anyways. So my preferred sideboarding is minimal. Trini Sphere is the best, it actually locks them out. They have trouble killing it because they will not always get to free mana. Situational answers just make my deck worse and I don't really have cards to replace with happily. Like I could replace a Grazer by a Dismember, it's not really better. Because in this hand I very much appreciate my Mr. Grazer. I guess they never miss, huh? Would like to draw a land. Saga will convert into a second amulet, then we need a triple land amulet. Oh no, we die on turn 1, too bad. Mull to 5 into Gemstone Caverns is not very many cards, but Storm players have done things to me that like make me not really believe that, like I don't want to pretend that I feel that my opponent, that I'm safe basically. I guess that's a turn to win. Well, win maybe. Turn to attempt. I mean, Colossus with 2 lands in hand. It's just 1 land in hand. Maybe I'm better off summoning a Titan. It's not like my opponent is gonna kill me next turn. I'll just hold up Otawara. Seems like that's the move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Where did I get the second amulet? In my draw step. I was lucky enough to just draw it. Because bounce T-West. That lets me cycle Spelunking first. But we just attack with 2 Titans and hold up Otawara. That's has to be good enough. Like, they have 2 cards in hand, they cannot win. They would need to go draw a card, play a land, play Ral, play last card. Yeah, they literally don't have enough to win. So we're good to just Titan. Can I haste 3 Titans? With the Spelunking in hand, I might actually. I'm not entirely sure. We'll go through the line and we will see. Because if I put my opponent down to 1 life, they can't even tap their Sunbaked Canyon. But we kind of figured out that they had no outs with the play I figured out already. Although obviously there could be a line that they could take that's very convoluted and I haven't thought about. Dzień dobry, Hoerszy. I guess I can't haste Triple Titan because I just physically don't have that much mana. 1, 2, 3, 4. Haste, 2 left, and I can put the Battlements into play again, but it does nothing. Okay. So I guess I will not. I think I messed up, but it's fine. We can fix that. Is mana something you have physically or mentally? Mentally, probably. Spiritually, yeah. The mana veins. Have to pay for 1 pact. Floating energy thing. Well, depends on what Maro feels like today. Nice Otawara mana up, thank you. I could have had both Otawara and Boseju up if I played, I guess, a different order. They have the Ritual into Rens Resolve. It sure does. Play Mountain. Canister wins. Love to see that. Turn 2 kill. Kinda. Turn 3 kill. Turn 2 Titans. Alright, on the draw. Grazers versus Dismember, perhaps. But Grazer was pretty nice this game, though. It was like crucial for enabling my win. So that's kind of should have been illustrative. Also, it supports a turn 2 Trini Sphere, so I only have 2 Trini Spheres. Of course, this would be a stronger argument if I had the third, but I currently do not because I felt like there's not enough Stormers. This is a turn 2 Titan. Not quite a win, but we can do the same thing as last game, more or less. Dryad Arbor. Solid. If I draw another ramp card, we could Mr. Beast, which probably would be a win. They don't even have a window to Prismatic Ending that nicely. Guess I should play the Deeps first. And I should play the Amulet, because we go Amulet, Bounce Land, Grazer, Titan, if I draw nothing. And they spend all the mana to do that, so I have to play the Amulet. If they spend their turn prismatically ending my Amulet, I will be sad, but you know, there's no time to play around cards against Storm. Ty kurwo no, zaśmierdły stormiarzu. Paskudo. Co za typ, nie? No naprawdę. Is there merit to going GSZ for Grazer, put Vestige into play, play Amulet, then I have 3 mana in play. That means next turn I play the Dryad Arbor and then turn 4 I summon a Titan, which is frankly weak, but what are the alternatives? The alternative would be to play an Amulet, play Forest, then next turn I can go Crumbling Vestige, maybe play Amulet, play Dryad Arbor, then next turn I can go Crumbling Vestige, Pact for Grazer, put Forest into play, Scapeshift. I top deck Scapeshift in that scenario as well. I turn 4 lands into bounce lands, I summon Cultivator Colossus and win. I could Grapeshot away my Dryad Arbor, that would be unpleasant. Hopefully that's not gonna happen though. They could also just untap and win. They have 4 cards in hand, after all that's a huge amount, which guarantees victory if you are a Storm player. Mountain. They did bin a ritual. There's reasons to believe they might be slightly flooded. Imagine having a turn 2, well, more or less win hand, and then your opponent interacts and you no longer have it. Truly soul crushing. Do I want to Grazer now? Think so. I mean, I would love to draw a Trinisphere. Unfortunately, on my opponent's draws Prismatic Ending, I never get the privilege of drawing my sideboard card. Maybe they just flood and they never get anywhere. I think their hand is land, land, ritual, ritual right now. That's why they are pausing and they are breaking their keyboard right now and screaming. Okay. Honestly, at this point, I'm not unhappy to see the prismatic ending. Just that might mean they actually won't be able to do much, seems like it. If they flip that out, they could kill my Dryad Arbor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, that's underwhelming, but if they don't draw a draw spell, they get a few more looks with the Artist Talent, just cast a ritual now. No i chuj mi w dupę i na imię, nie? Już looking 3 deep. This is going to be a nightmare. 2 lands, okay. Whoa, that's actually really bad for them, because now they can't even use the Artist Talent well. They did not discard, that's true. They are level upping, okay, there's hope. I guess they did draw 2 sideboard cards and that punished them. Part of playing Storm sometimes, but we have to also convert this into a victory. I can't count my horses before they catch. Because it's not like I have that much sauce here. So basically the options right now are to Mr. Beast with 2 lands or Titan into Boseju the Artist Talent and hope that my opponent doesn't kill me off 2 cards and draw and play. Interesting. I mean, Mr. Beast might result in playing the Titan anyways, and then I just kinda end up in the same spot. It could draw me a Trinisphere, which would be brutally powerful and very nice. So I think I'm leaning towards Mr. Beast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because we get 4 mana already, I just need to hit 2 mana of lands. Grazers also count. Scapeshift counts as a hit, so... What are my misses? What cards prevent me from casting Titan? I boarded out Zuran Orb. So the misses would be maybe Amulet, but not if I draw it alongside a Titan. The Rumble, the Analyst, the Spelunking is a miss. There's 14 misses. One of the Amulets is in play. The Dryad Arbor is also a miss, but it's in play. 2 Amulets exiled, true. So it's 11 misses. The 4th GSZ is also a miss, so 12. So basically if I draw like 2 in a row, 2 of the misses in a row, then I don't get to Titan. Otherwise, I might also, or like 2 in the top 3 rather. But also not always, like in some combinations those cards are still okay. If I draw this plus this, then I get to make extra mana. I guess not enough. So it seems like Colossus should be fairly okay here. It is Hades music, yes. Still haven't played Hades 2 and I probably never will. You blew it, Super Giant Games. We didn't die. We did not. My opponent cast a Rens Resolve, discarded nothing, and then flipped 2 lands. Dobra, that's not a miss. Not the greatest hits, but actually, no, I guess that's a game-winning. Those are game-winning cards, so they are in fact kind of great. Momentarily, Mr. Beast is just too... it's just 0 toughness, but soon that's gonna be fixed. Mr. Beast, aka Divination. Yeah, Divination, but a good enough Divination. Sometimes Divination is just what you need. One said lol. Well, it says they had a ritual and wish in hand. You didn't want to loot with ritual and wish in hand? I guess. What can I wish for? Whatever, let me finish my combo. They sure wish they did now. That's a good one. Wish. Holy shit, that's so funny. Oh no, I did not mean to play Spelunking yet. Aye. Now it's gonna... Now I need to haste twice. Alright, Cancer wins the match, so we don't need to. You can Pact for Grazer anyways. Yes. Should I keep this? Well, I guess the question boils down to, is there an amulet on top of my deck? And even if there is it that good? Has to be turn 1 top deck Spelunking, which... Probably I'm better off mulliganing a hand like this in the dark. If I know I'm against Boros, then yeah, turn 1 Grazer, sure. But the double Bosseju is doing no favors to this hand. This seems better. I think I'll put back Echoing Deeps or Mirrorpool. So probably Mirrorpool, because there is little benefit to having this one in play. And Echoing Deeps can synergize with Spelunking to gain 4 if I draw that. Should I play my Amulet on turn 1? If I draw a Grazer, that is still not a turn to kill. But if I play my turn 1 Amulet, it can be a turn 3 kill. So I should keep it, I think. Just go Gardens Amulet and turn 2 probably Deeps. Copy and hope to draw the piece to make it a turn 3 double Amulet kill. Delta Force, okay. What is the meaning of a polluted Delta? Could be Living End, could be Guraios, could be Blue-White Control, unlikely. It is Guraios, okay. They did just Surveil and Atraxa with their first Surveil, which I don't like. I do hope they don't have March of Otherworldly Light. I probably could have played around it. Probably should have once I've seen it's Guraios. Hopefully they will not Guraios, but probably they will. That's giga bullshit. Holy fucking shit, chat. Just hitting with the Surveil land, come on. Force of Negation, Solitude, okay. Ephemerate, cool. Otherworldly Gaze, yeah, nice card. Ephemerate, Delta, and Solitude. So they did not grab the Force of Negation, and they did send 2 forces to the bottom. They could reshuffle Wayfetch. So they get a fresh look when they ephemerate, but it's Coca-Cola. It's not even real Coca-Cola. Whoa, they don't shuffle? That has to be wrong. If you like play 2 forces. Prismatic Ending is a little bit rough still, but those Poland have a Polish cola. Yeah, there's plenty of fake clones and like fake. There's plenty of cola clones in Lidl or any Polish shop. Hop cola, Polo cola. What's the best Polish soda pop? I like Chai cola the best. I don't know if it's Polish, but I buy it in Żabka, so I assume it's Polish. It's supposedly like tea flavored cola, but it's kind of like hard to say if it really tastes like that. Nationwide. Okay, what is a soda pop? Is it just like what does the word pop mean in this scenario? We need to draw something. A Titan. Grazer. Yeah, Zbyszko 3 cytryny, which is very Polish. It's like a Polish Sprite. Ale tych amuletów mi najebało, no. When it rains, it powers. It purrs. Purrs. I don't know how to pronounce that word.
He's a phenomenal
I
control
can
player.
never.
4 years, wow.
This feels like an extremely unlucky game. Grappa Ice, yes. You can still buy Grappa Ice in Drapka. I don't know if it's Polish, probably, maybe. There is Helena, which uses the marketing campaign telling people that they don't enjoy the Polish drinks. Very sad game, I don't know, but it feels like we got Giga Herald. Too bad, taking game 1 from the Goraios Gamer is fairly valuable. Did I play the Lux deck yet? No, I still haven't got all the cards. It's been taking a while, it's a little bit annoying. Do I want the Zuran Orb? I think I can't really afford to draw it against Goraios, and I don't think it's gonna be that needed. And it's kinda like pretty bad with Relic. Don't really like Arbor much. Really sweet list, Mr. Streamer. I'm glad you enjoy it. Free Grazer sounds good enough.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Basic Mountain. Thank you very much for your Prime subscription. If villain has consign, I will simply die. Hand makes sense, I think, overall to keep. That's crazy, but Italian grappa you can use as fuel for your car with how strong it is. Well, the soda is different, it's not the same, right? I hope you understand that. Have a nice day as well. Basic Mountain. You almost qualified this weekend with a similar list. Lost 2 RCQ finals, unfortunately. Okay. Well, too bad. I'll be working soon on updating the guide, because I feel like I am acquiring knowledge now, and I feel equipped to talk about the deck more in detail now, build up some experience with the post-ban versions. It's exactly a month ago that they banned Lotus Field. They picked up Ephemerate. Could have boarded out a Boseju. I would lose to Solitude. I am a mana short from Mr. Beast. I only drew lands. It might be worth the gamble because I'm so vulnerable to so much interaction, and they get to Ephemerate, look for like a bunch of more interaction. I should probably just try to win. And I'll accept a loss if they have a pitch card. GSZ for Grazer, I think that's important to not lose to Force of Negation so bad. Maybe I should even respond to the trigger and Pact. That would be even better against Force. Also lose to Subtlety. Too bad I can't Beast here, right, with 5 lands in hand. I mean, I would have 4 lands in hand if I could have Beasted, so... It's kinda like... self-defeating, but... So yeah, if they solitude me, I'll just die. Sometimes you have to make bold moves, especially in medium matchups. And they don't. Very nice. They play Falagi. Is that... like dismember Falagi when they ephemerate? How good is that? Not very good. For sure. For sure, not very good. On the play, they have fewer cards. Frog can be killed by Dismember. I have 2 relics. Nah, I don't have enough like Graveyard Hate to play like that. The Rumble Relic Anti-Synergy frightens me. I think about it a lot, but I don't have a solution. Hand is okay. Wrath of the Skies doesn't exist. We have a way to win. Just go Saga Amulet and just hope for the best. Let's play a turn 1 Amulet so that if they want to consign, they can surveil. Surveiling in their deck is broken, so we want to prevent. Whoa, they ignored me and surveilled nonetheless. That's crazy. Surveilled top. Plains. Yellow mana. Okay. I still have Saga plus Mycosynth, so hopefully that's gonna be left uninterrupted. Oi, oi, oi. Gonna be weak to consign. Kinda weird to surveil for the sewers and then do that. Okay, they don't have consign. Do they just lose? That's not a bad draw. Chad, I love Mr. Beast. It's so nice. He's such a nice fella. I think we can play around Subtlety. It's not like they play Subtlety often, but sometimes they do. It's not like a crazy card to run. Change deck name to Amulet Beast. It's about time. It's post board. I have brought 6. 6 can resuscitate Mr. Beast. Bring him back to life. But yeah, it is sad that he just dies. I play 7 mana 0/0. Oh no, it died. I mean, that's fine. We can go for 6, as I said. Have I ever missed a freeland beast? I can probably count on one hand how many times I have played Mr. Beast with more than one land in hand and not one. Awkward hand, but I think if I go Grazer, put Saga into play, this could be solid against many decks. Turn 4 win, probably. Maybe turn 3 if I draw well. Maybe make constructs if that's strong against my opponent. Maybe it is. Maybe find second green for my Scapeshift now with the Malevolent Rumble. So Catacombs pass, I don't know, it could be lots of things. Makes me think Yawgmoth or something. Like the constructs, they don't really matter. Better to just play the Rumble. Oh, this is a real decision. Amulet versus Forest. I'll take Forest, then next turn I go Scapeshift. Find Amulet, Scapeshift. Find Amulet, Saga, Scapeshift. Then Scapeshift away Freelance, Boseju Forest, Saga. Get 3 bounce lands. Plus the spawn. Play Mr. Beast. With 4 lands in hand, Siams like GG's. So I guess I should play Saga and not the Forest first, in case of my opponent interacting. And next turn I can play the Forest for the Scapeshift. Hopefully my opponent just plays a Bajamol Cab and passes. Dear streamer, I have read this amulet/line_lines book you linked. This is gross, we should ban Amulet immediately. Rixan, don't annoy me. The Voter Druid sits. When do you think Titan should have been playing Scapeshift? Well, as soon as Analyst, as Shifting Woodland got introduced. But frankly, maybe earlier for Cultivator Colossus purposes. It was a bit awkward to do that. With Cultivator Colossus, you couldn't quite do all of that without like a way to recur your lands from the graveyard, or at least the coin deeps. But when Analyst got printed, I think Bloomborough was after MH3, but Aftermath Analyst was just before. You could play Scapeshift Analyst and just go Lotus Field, Lotus Field, Lotus Field, Port of Carfel. It's a little bit awkward, but there was a super early Aftermath Analyst list by somebody. I have to kill my opponent, but remind me and we'll take a look after the round. I guess back then the ways of building Amulet Titan were forgiving. But also, of course, let's remember all the context, because before MH3, it actually wasn't all that free to play a graveyard reliant deck in the format. The most played deck often was Scam and Dothy Voidwalker. That was like a crucial card in the format. Ring got banned right before Analyst release, so there was already a 4 CMCA win card. No. Ring was banned a year ago. There was a year of like, yeah, 18 months ago, like last year, just like early December. Sure, I thought it was January, but December is fine. So there was a year of, almost a year of MH3 being legal, and Amulet I did not play Amulet right after MH3, I played Nadu. But those who have played Amulet adopted Analyst, and then I came back to Amulet when Nadu got banned. Ring ban December 2024 and Analyst was released February 2025. No, buddy, that's not true. I played Analyst Ring, już mi kurwa nie pierdol. And it took until maybe September or October to, or even November to like discover Scapeshift, and people slowly started playing that. Took them a while. So when Ring was getting bombed, I was running 1 or 2 Scapeshifts in my deck. I was pretty shy about it. Ring, Scapeshift, Cultivator Colossus, Aftermath Analyst. You barely need Primeval Titan at this point. What are we playing against? Devoted Druid. Probably Fire Magic as well. It's a bad removal spell, but still a removal spell. That's it. I'll just bring the removals. So I don't really need Zuran Orb. I can draw... Honestly, chat, the Zuran Orb might be dog shit. I don't know. Maybe it's... Or maybe it's fine to have in the deck, but just board it out freely like I do, and that's also a fine approach. What else is weak? Maybe Boseju? A Saga again against a green deck. Don't know what's in a Devoted Druid deck. I assume Trinisphere is not good at all. Doesn't seem like it would be good. If they make infinite mana, they can definitely pay 3 mana for their spell. Alright, chat. I'll be consuming chicken now. I'll be punished by Fulminator Mage, but I'll take removal on Spelunking better. Force of Vigor. Makes sense. Reap. Probably shouldn't have played Saga. Could have avoided that. It does seem like they're playing Druid combo, yes. Nature's Rhythm will find the Vizier of Remedies next turn. But maybe they have no outlet for that infinite mana in their hand, huh? And they will never draw it. I wish to time travel back with the knowledge I have now. This would be OP. That said, once again, let's not forget the context. Because it actually used to be... It used to be the case that people played a lot of cards that were actually very good against Analyst. And they stopped after MH3 power crept them out of the format. So Voidwalker, Dress Down, piles of Endurance, in main decks even. People used to play all of that. Which is also interesting that like Boros Energy came and really paved the way for the deck to thrive. Wouldn't it be better to play Saga so if we don't draw anything we do construct? I was trying to play around Force of Vigor. If I draw Crumbling Vestige now or Bounce Land or a regular land I can maybe not expose myself to Force of Vigor, which they very well could be holding, and they are. Unfortunately I did not. How much endurance do I have in IRL life? 4 copies, I think. My hand was great and now it is not. It chose halfling, okay. Could kill the cab so they have less mana. 6 mana versus 4 mana. Don't think I will. I'll save it for the druids. Did I know that in Portuguese Badgermol sounds like slang for soft dick? Actually yes, I did. Might want to tap out for a Titan. I don't want to force myself to find a Vestige. Get back Bosejo because it's untapped. We're just gonna turn 6 Titan. Might not be good enough. If I drew Fire Magic, I can't cast it. That's nice. Maybe they are sitting on another Force of Vigor. They skipped a land drop. Welcome Togores MTG Raiders. Welcome to the Canny stream. Dumpling Sphere. I just picked up a Boseju chat. Do I even care to kill it? Might slow my opponent down more than it does me. Or I might top deck a land and then just haste my Titan. So I probably do kill it. The disaster scenario is they Boseju my Grove Chamber now. Draw step stop. Spelunking is neat. I think I should just get 2 Gruul Turfs. I think that just makes the most sense. No, I should have picked up a Gruul Turf and a Simic Grove Chamber. That would have made more sense. Might appreciate the second blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. So if they have Nature's Rhythm, they can do a lot of stuff. If they have Bob of Paradise, not quite. Well, my opponent just flooded on dorks, they just drew nothing, so that's why the match is grindy. Why do you have the draw step stop? Why not Turf Vestige, Haste Titan here? Well, my Hanweir was tapped. Really, Orim's Chant, what the heck? I guess that makes sense as a card they have in their hand. So how do I haste with a tapped Battlements? Oh, I replay it? Yeah, makes sense, then I should have done that. Great point. That would have been a good move. Seems like they keep flooding. Yeah, 6 mana is fine. 6 mana is fine. Like, go Titan, Gruul Turf. This. I have not made a land drop, so it was actually fine. Rare case of chatter being correct indeed. We have been expecting that. Should be able to win now. Nie, kurwa, why Gruul Turf? Nie, no nie to chciałem zrobić. It's not what I meant. I think it's fine still. It actually doesn't cost me anything. No, it does. I was not supposed to get Turf, I was supposed to get Crumbling Vestige, so I would have an extra untapped colorless. Mirrorpool into Bounce. So I still have the land drop, so now I go... Well, if I had the extra untapped colorless, this would be way easier. Can just bounce Titan and replay. Yeah, I know. But then there's limited amount of bounce lands in my deck, which is also a pain point. Oh, so if I go bounce land and Otawara, we end up with an 1, 2, 3, 4. Still waste the mana. No, I don't want to copy Titans. That just removes my bounce lands from the deck, Chad. I don't want that. So like if I had the untapped Vestige, then I would have 5 mana right now. Then I play the Grove Chamber and I can get Analyst who gets nothing really. So it wouldn't really matter, PBH. That's a bit annoying. I guess I can't really do anything here because I floated. Also, welcome raiders, welcome Gab viewers. So I think I will have to pass a turn. I was thinking I'll win, but I will not. You don't think there's any card they can draw that wins them the game anyway? What if they draw Nature's Rhythm and find Crater Hoof Behemoth? I'm not entirely sure they play that, but I think they could. Maybe they don't play that, but... Otawara, untap mill, return druid, mill, rhythm. Oh no. That would be horrible. I meant to just kill the Dryad Arbor as well. Doesn't matter probably. They drew a land again. Holy shit, what a flood. I guess I'll keep. The hand is dog shit. But it has Spelunking, so... Steam Vents. Ragavan. No nie. Well, the tickets for the Magicon, those are not cheap. The flight is also like not the cheapest, I guess. Like Ryanair doesn't fly to Amsterdam, so you have to actually pay actual money. Oh, okay. Amsterdam is a Magicon. There is a Pro Tour happening there, which I'm not competing in. Thoughts on playing Analyst to block the Ragavan? I like it, I think. They already spent a bolt. Mill TOS, this is hell. I mean, I have Colossus and Titan in hand. I just will not need TOS this game, so it's not actually hell. Every time you play Analyst early and it dies, I say I'll never do it again. Then a couple games later, I do it again. Well, it's not so bad. Just acceptance is important. Like, it's fine. They'll excel it with their shitty creature, I don't care. It's fine. Spelunking or Rumble? I feel like I should Spelunk. Rumble rather. Well, I might miss on a land drop if I Spelunk, and I miss on 4 life points. Good charm block. Because I could get hit by a counter spell. If they do that, then they wanted it more. Need SGC. I have been to Amsterdam before, but only to play Magic. I haven't done much else in that city. No, I don't really like weed. So I will not Xerg now. Lolek is the slang word for jak się mówi na to? Marihuanina. Joint, yes, that's the English term. I should put the forest into play. Whoa, Felia. That is surprising. I guess not that much, like Felia is definitely the type of a card that a zoo player would think to themselves, yeah, I need to play that. Turf in play is an extra land for Beast. Sort of, yeah, but that means I don't have a turf in hand for Beast. I mean, dog is not really a zoo animal. But neither is a Kavu, so... Your Miliage, my very... Draw Steam Vents. Shocks! Plays a Quantum Diddler. Please bring the Diddler. Wow, Vigilance Felia. Ty kurwo. Mojego szczyona. I will cast Leyline Binding on your Spelunking. Tak, kurwa. Na stówę tak zrobisz. Think they have Consign main deck? People do that sometimes. Let's hope they do not. No nie, ty śmieciu, no. Jak ja cię nie lubię. Co za paskuda, nie? Z oponenta. Co za ziom. Co za typ. We do live, though. We do not live. Jaki laker, nie? Zobcie. No i przede wszystkim głupo, nie? Że se w takie karty do maina wkłada. What if you play against Boros Energy? What will you do with your consign to memory then, huh? Tell me. Don't be shy. Zuran Orb might actually be fine in the matchup, like gains life. They could consign Beast. Why do people not leyline binding Spelunking there? Well, it's an instant, so honestly, I think they played well. Well enough. Random sideboarding, let's go. 4 Scapeshifts is a lot. I agree with you. We'll have 2 postboard, honestly. But Scapeshift is kind of broken. It still does the thing that it did. It still lets you win from a lower resource base, lower land count, mana amount. It's like Seething Song, but actually good, because it's also a tutor. How many lands you need now? You just need something in hand. Would you rather they ban Scape or Lotus? You're playing with fire. Why no Herky's Recall? I haven't tried it. Maybe it's okay. Don't have a strong opinion. I'll play a tapped Woodland. The Grazer should be useful anyways. If I draw a Bounce Land, this is going to play out beautifully. Going Grazer, put like both my lands into play, doesn't really accomplish anything this turn. Well, like if I draw a Bounce Land, it's the same, and if I don't draw a Bounce Land, then it's a bit different. Zuran Orb, let's fucking go. Consign this. Amulet turn 1 to play around Consign. Well, do I mind if they consign? I don't. So I'm playing around consign by actually giving them the target. This is tricky, but that's how it is. I think I should do this actually. Well, they probably board out the ley line against me. Doesn't do anything. Skyline doesn't tap the creature, despite what many think about it. Could it also be another Scapeshift? Actually, yes, for the most part. 2 Scapeshifts plus an Amulet, 2 Scapeshifts plus a Spelunking will not work. If you want like specific repository of lines, I will just link it to you. I will not recite them to you because it's not really that useful in practice, I find. Discard Ragavan, in that case I jump. When you were learning the new lines, did you just have this on the second monitor during games? A little bit, but not really. They really aren't that important. Just make mana for Cultivator Colossus is the actual plan most of the time. I was executing the double amulet kill once, and I did that with the help of that on the second screen, and that was the case, yes. Kavaron? No, you don't need that. Like, if you have a double Amulet Titan, you win. So, like, by adding Kavaron, you're adding a probably sub percentage point. I mean, well, you add some, like, very tiny amount of an upside to your deck, so clearly you will draw Kavaron more often. And whenever you draw Kavaron, you suffer because you could have drawn something actually nice. This game is not going well, chat. My opponent is zooing all over me. Has no Vesuva been painful? If you wouldn't have asked, then I wouldn't have remembered I have cut Vesuva. Or Cave. Dog water means not good. It's a pejorative. Sex, save me if you can. I think I have to get 6, like, doesn't make much sense to get anything else. But I'm not really expecting this 6 to carry. Although, if they want to trade attacks and they give me good attack, then maybe. What if I draw a Dismember and Dismember the Cabo, then I get an attack? Then, maybe. I mean, I can just mail Bounceland Titan and then it's good. Did I water Theo today? Yeah. Well, he's like... He drank water, if that's what you mean. Maybe you mean something else, then I cannot answer, sorry. Holy shit, Haste Quantum Diddler. Whoa. Attacking with the Territorial Kavu means they have a strong interaction spell. Because otherwise it's giga dumb. They exiled a card from my graveyard, so they must have a great interaction card. Seems like we are fretless. Saga Cascade Tappy dude. Yeah, I guess that's my hope. Hmm. Could the Grazer be useful next turn? I think it could be. If push comes to shove, I'll gain life with Zuran Orb. I am assuming that my opponent is on 4 blanks in hand, which is a pretty tall ask. But I mean, realistically, I just need to draw a Scapeshift. They need to just play Riddler for 5 mana. Seems like they're doing that. Charmo, ty parszywcze. No, I was just hoping. Checkmate, I gain life. But now they also have a blocker for 6. That puts me in a precarious position. Alright, I really didn't draw much this game. Playboy. I'll keep. I have never played a bonus round. I don't know how they look. Let's play Boseju if I want to play Saga on turn 2. Could also keep my Amulet, but I don't know what my opponent is playing. Goraios. Blue-White Energy. Control. Seems like Goraios. Probably should have restarted MTGO, it's very laggy. Do I want Grazer or the Turf? There's not much use in the Grazer. I'm green limited. Hard to choose? Not at all. I just picked Turf. Very easy choice. Blue, blue. Washington. This is some kind of a cringe Esper control deck with Field of Ruin. Monka S. Monka Chat. Plains. Kill my Amulet. No nie. Hello, can someone request a Gachi 1 hour mix? I can put it in the queue for you. Give me the link and I'll do it. Gachi Muchi. Let's pick the Multi-Culti Colossus. Field of Ruin. That's really sad. The Washington also grows by 1 point right now. And they draw a card. Holy shit, yeah, I wouldn't put that in better words. Weź się odpierdol, nie? No naprawdę. This is hell. Why do worst things happen to best people? I ask. Same, lizard face. Bring back the horse. Consult the star chance, no nie. God gives his toughest control opponents to his best amuletic players. Not even control, like one-shitong hit card control. For sure they'll die to the 1-1. I'll restart Magic Online, it's too bad. I like this graphic, just Spider-Man, no explanation whatsoever. Let's go. Yeah, Gwen Stacy, Spider-Man. Spiderling. Maybe Spelunking, I guess. I shouldn't have played the land first, but whatever. I mean, obviously, at some point my opponent will place a counter spell on the stack, and then I will have no outs. Oh yes, counter that. Please. Logic not. Sure. I was afraid it's gonna resolve. I wouldn't be able to handle that. I wouldn't know what to do. Strong Sult. Field of Ruin. Yeah, also like a spell that has no text. Most importantly. I cast Wrath of the Skies to kill your amulet and construct. And also my Washington. Okay, okay. Need to play Warping Whale. This is so true, friend. Need to play Warping Whale so badly. Oasis grows again, sure. Counter this. Okay, I'll counter. Okay. Counter this. Okay, I'll counter. Okay. Zajebiście skontrowałeś wszystkie spele. 3, jakie zagrałem w tej grze. Post board, we have Sex and Tracker. And Vexing Bauble, I guess. And Dismember. And they have Wrath of the Sky. It's not a great configuration, but great configuration against control does not exist. Zuran Orb is kinda not good, maybe. Although we'll see. Might actually be useful. I could envision it being useful. Occasionally. -1 Bosserju +1 Dryad, maybe. You know what? Maybe I should have the Dryad on the play. So I can play turn 2 6 or Tracker on the play. Fair. It is a Wrath of the Skies deck. I will not win with Construct Pressure. Wrath of the Skies is a bummer card. I don't know. They should ban it, yeah. And what do we do? Summon Dryad? I guess. Pressure my opponent. I'm still Jenny from the block. Wrath of the Skies should only kill flying permanents. It would be truly sky related then. Agree. I mean, it's good that there is any workaround for it in the format. Probably better to keep the Vestige in hand. Dobra, nie mam szans with this deck. We went down to 4-2. How is our tiebreaker? We'll see. SR Durum. Glorious Vengeance. Monka. Szansa na topka jest? No może jest, zobaczmy. Yeah, might be. We have the best tiebreaker from the 4-2s. And the best tiebreaker from anybody else in the tournament, so... Still playing, so yeah, I mean... Probably. I definitely will play the Amulet here. Could be Goraya, they could ending my Amulet. I would prefer if they wouldn't. Seems like they do that. Maybe that's just a Fotsies, huh? It is, okay. Well, I'm glad I played my Amulet then. I think if I played a Chamber and Grazer and put a Possedio into play, then I have the best chances next turn of Colossusing. Because if I draw any land, I'll be fine. If I draw a second Amulet, I'll be a bit sad, but it's gonna be manageable. If I draw like an Urza Saga, I find 3 bounce lands, Grazer for the 7th mana, and Colossus with 3 bounce lands in hand. Scapeshift and easy win. Okay, that's a good plan. Although doesn't quite work. Fotsies will make things harder as well. If I draw a bounce land, well, they will take something, but if I were to draw a bounce land, I would still be able to go bounce land, Grazer, bounce land, Titan. It took Scapeshift, so looking to draw a bounce land, as I said. I might as well play it, I think. Need to draw a soul land or a Scapeshift. Holding up a Forsen. I mean, Potion of Negation would counter it, but seems like that is not the case. Probably not a consign, no. Maybe just nothing. It is game 1 after all. They already used 2 Thought Seizes. I'm not afraid of my opponent playing many more. I'll just transmute to be mana efficient. They have to Solitude the Titan. Not shit their pants when my turn comes. End of turn solitude. Are you ephemerating or are you end of turn solitude for no reason? Oh, you are ephemerating, but that's not the most fearsome. I guess maybe you want to play frog, but you would have played your frog earlier. The turn before. What did they pitch? Solitude, solitude, okay. Makes sense to pitch solitude to solitude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fateful Mending. Discard Atraxa, Monka, S. No, chat, this Goraios deck is so broken. Every single time they just slow you down enough. No, actually they hit nothing. 1, 2, no, they hit Ephemerate. And nothing. Chooses Grizzlebrand, Ephemerate, and Marsh Flats. Force of Negation. Reap. March of Otherworldly Light. Reap. Ech. Chad, the Goraios deck is so giga hateful, Max. It's crazy. They chose March. Not Force of Negation. Heart rate only 62. We can still win. Yeah, but how? Draw Spelunking and Bounce Land. That's not it. Pact into win. Okay. Let's attempt. Ah, Mr. Colossusini. Holy shit. Almost. If I had a bounce land, holy shit. If I had a bounce land here, chat. They have Goraios, Grizzlebrand in hand, so they just need a land to kill me. But if I hit a bounce land as well, then we would bounce a bounce land to my hand, then... I mean, well, Grizzlebrand draws their deck, so like if they hit, they kill. Maybe they will miss though, maybe they don't have... No, they hit, they actually have the land for sure. We know that because they grab the land with both Atrax activations, right? So there is no way they don't have a land because we actually see... Whoa! Well, I guess they don't attack with Atraxa. Are you sure you wanted to? Still probably good enough. They have Thoughtseize, Force of Negation available. But here's hoping. Wait, they did not choose the Force of Negation? Oh, there wasn't a Force of Negation in their cards. Wait, what? The Tolaria West is in my graveyard. That is a little bit damning, maybe. Did they not pick the Force? They like revealed the Force, but the log says they did not pick the Force. That's weird. Can I even do anything here? I surveil? Okay. Why did my opponent just kill me? Yellow. Blink the Artaxa. See nothing, okay. They haven't revealed any solitudes. There's one in their graveyard, one in play and one in exile. They might just not have a solitude as well. What is happening this game? Where are the Lotus Fields? I agree with you. Where are they? Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Grazer a bounce land into play once again. We are missing Delirium. We don't have it. We don't need it. Holy fuck, they just actually don't have it. Wo ist Delirium im Wollewischle? Yeah. Here we go with Delirium. Kinda missed, but... The 10-10 already? How about just attacking them? Don't think so. BS. I'm still Jenny from the block. Come on, GSZ. Finally. This is crazy. I absolutely shouldn't have been able to win this. I feel like there has been a misstep somewhere along the way. Rocking this business. Yeah. Well, they could have just attacked me. That's what happened. I'm still Jenny from the block. Yeah, refusing to pick Fortune and not attacking. So I guess two distinct missteps. Two mental missteps. I'm still. Crazy game. crazy punish for my opponent for failing to execute the kill command. I think Zuran Orb is just useless, chat. Like, I simply don't really use it. Ever. Minus 26 is commander numbers. After just using it to get Delirium. Yeah, I guess this game it was actually the best it ever was. Crazy. Nesto sladko. Bebo moja. Nešto sladko. Oh. Oh.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Ready for less undeterministic wins since the ban.
Yeah. Obviously. Determinism all the way. I don't think this hand goes anywhere, despite having the powerful sideboard card Tireless Tracker in it. It is lacking the card's ramp in them. So I'll just play Saga, they kill it, and I die. This hand looks way better. This is the effect of Tofulek laying on my keyboard. Probably put back Broseju. Can you even win with Scapeshift and without Orb? Yeah, you summon you summon Cultivator Colossus and you win. You can easily do that. Like, it's actually so rare that the Orb matters. It's crazy. Yeah, you need to order it for sure. I ordered 3 Zuran Orbs, only to put them in my Amulet maybe board box and never pull it out of there. This I keep. I think I'll put back Boseju. I'm afraid of lacking second green for Scapeshift, but we can draw a green source later. Or not. They led on Swamp. I think I want to lead on the Woodland and try to make Construct. They only have 4 cards in hand. Like, Swamp doesn't cast Wrath of the Sky, so they might actually suffer from the Constructs. No kurwa mać, ty śmieciu Griselbrandowy. Naprawdę, nie? Don't think I need to summon a Grazer. Don't think it accomplishes much. Why Relic over Lantern? Relic draws a card. So it's like a 2-for-1. I'll play the Spelunking instead of making a Construct. That seems better. If I hadn't drawn the Spelunking, I would have made a Construct. But now with the Griselbrand in the graveyard, I feel like I'm on more of a clock as well. But yeah, basically, like, Relic does have anti-synergy with my deck, but also I find it to be fine. They pitch, weirdly. How come? Aha, masz Korajo, nie? Dobrze. To jebać mnie w pizdzicho. Am I going to try Thor's Hammer in the side? Yeah, for sure. It's gonna replace my Red Sweeper. Is it time for Endurance? Well, would I have Endurance in my hand right now? They have Griselbrand, they have 17 cards in their hand, like, they'll manage. I don't like Endurance. So I think it is not the time for Endurance. Mulligan. They can always mess with the draws. With the 21 draws, sure. Very macabre to target specifically Gorayo. That is the best, yeah. That is the best target for targeted hate, let's say. I'll play the Amulet if they want to consign, they don't surveil, and whenever they surveil, they hit Griselbrand, so it's, you know, hard to give up. But also that lets me know that I have to play the bounce land to play my 6 next turn. And I will be able to replay my Amulet, perhaps. Vexing Bauble will protect my 6. Ah, no 6. Too bad. We sure are, House. We sure do. It's pretty obvious 6. I don't know if my opponent is pretending to think or actually thinking. Whoa, that's wild. Is Rumble a necessary evil? Rumble finds bounce lands. I don't love the card. That is also not a bad card. I guess they'll play Frog. Just play more bounce lands. No, Rumble finds amulets also. That's crazy that they just let my 6 live like that. Still don't really understand what the Cascade is trying to accomplish. Really like hitting the Jabba. Skyline Cascade, yeah. It's not that serious of a card, of course. Yeah, maybe they didn't realize the pitch Solitude is no good. I think so. I think that might be the case. Yeah, free baubles for giga countering of free spells. Am I queued for Amsterdam? No, I'm not qualified. I wish I was. You have really liked many stock up that Reed was doing. Felt very good, TBH. Could see that. They were talking about boarding stock ups against Boros. I have not been doing that. Am I going to try to LCQ into it? That is not possible. I will be in Amsterdam and I will be playing PDQs. But you cannot LCQ into the PD, yeah. That's not possible. Guess they're Solitude now. I'll play the Marvel Seal tournament, I'll play all the tournaments. No, they just... Chad, my opponent choosing...
He's a phenomenal control player.
Rumble over
6,
6.
7. 6, 7. 6,
Absolutely
7.
pathetic.
6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7.
They just have
6,
nothing.
7. 6, 7. 6,
This
7.
makes no sense.
6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. 6, 7. Cross mark in square emoji, 8-pointed star emoji, 8-spoked asterisk emoji.
I am going to Amsterdam and I bought the badge for the main event and I will be playing in 2 PDQs and a limited championship qualifier as well. Whoa, Armeg, I had to discard some lands, dude. It was not that easy. Am I going to try the mole guy in the deck? Probably not. But I'll read the card. Small man. You may play lands from your graveyard. Moloid. Okay, they did not join Gorayo. Any moloids in the chat? That sounds offensive. You hacking moloid. And how you march that in? Yeah. About time, buddy. I guess specifically Gorayo, for stock up to make sense, I feel like it needs to be accompanied by some actual interaction that can hit their graveyard. If you don't have that, I don't think it makes that much sense. Because you just stock up and they Atraxa, and who wins that battle? The cave does nothing, I cut it. It's just not good. Probably T-West, yeah. We hold up Otawara. I have no cave, I have no bog, I guess. That's what you meant, that I like could have bog. But I cut bog. I feel like my opponent was very helpful this match. Was very cooperative. I liked the list today, it was kinda clean. So we probably will make the top 8. Raz, dwa, trzy, cztery, pięć, sześć.